Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the main event. And yeah, tonight we're doing Survivor Series. The biggest event since WrestleMania 3. Yeah, gotta agree with him on that one. Alright, so we're going back in time. We're going back to November 26, 1987. Richfield Coliseum in Richfield, Ohio. In front of about 23,000 plus fans. And yeah, the main event. Elimination match. Team Andre versus Team Hogan. I just gotta say right now, you know, Survivor Series has always been one of my favorite pay-per-views. Not necessarily this one, but just in general, I've just always preferred the Survivor Series. And I really like the, you know, the gimmick pay-per-views anyways. You know, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, King of the Ring. Fuck the new ones they came out with recently, because I just, come on, really Fatal 4-Way? Yeah, that's awesome. But those are, to me, are the best. And I really wish that Survivor Series would go back to this format. I just feel like, you know, to me, it's a one-night special thing. I don't, you know, because as of right now, Survivor Series is just another generic WWE pay-per-view. That's it. That's all it is. It's the same bullshit every year. And sure, they throw in a, you know, a classic Survivor Series match, you know, here and there, but it ain't the same. And usually those have like some retarded fucking stipulation that revolves around GMs or the authority figures or whatever. And I just want to straight up, you know, two people or, you know, several people feuding, put them in a elimination match. And I think you should go back to that. I think that, you know, if you guys don't want to see the entire card, which I would, but I can understand other people not, then a majority of it. A majority. This is my opinion, just my thoughts. And of course, you know, I won't go through the whole, you know, background on this again, like I did on Starrcade 87, but this was going up against, head-to-head, with Starrcade 87. And in my opinion, this is the better card. You know, like I said, just my opinion, I'm a fan of the elimination, you know, format they do. So I like that aspect of it. But just in terms of the main events alone, I think this one has, it's a better main event, but I think it has a better story going into it as opposed to what Starrcade had. But, you know, the numbers don't lie either. I mean, over 23,000 plus here in Richfield, Ohio. I don't even know what the fuck Richfield, Ohio is. I didn't even know there was a Richfield, Ohio until I watched this. Like, I'm not, and to all my viewers from Richfield, Ohio, I'm sorry. But it's like, they, you know, brung in over like 20-something thousand. And then you go to the NWA Starrcade in Chicago, Illinois, which is a major U.S. city, and they only brought in like 14,000. Huh. And of course, I know there was some tomfoolery, some shenanigans from Vince McMahon, but you know, I haven't seen the numbers, but I gotta assume that the pay-per-view rates were better, or the buy rates were better on Survivor Series. I mean, why wouldn't they be? He threatened to yank him, you know, or yank WrestleMania 4 from all the cable providers if they provided, you know, Starrcade. So I gotta think the numbers are better there too. So I mean, just to me, all around, you know, Survivor Series just a lot better. I'm just saying, that's just my opinion though. So let's get to the main event. That's what we're here for. Let's get to the main event. So first, let's do the build-up. All right, so you got Andre, you got Hogan. You got your two teams right here. All right, so Andre, Hogan. We all know the storyline there. You know, this is carrying over from WrestleMania 3, so I won't go in depth on this. So it was announced that, you know, new formation, new pay-per-view, you know, elimination matches. So they designated Andre and Hogan as team captains. I thought that was kind of interesting too, because they also made it where, the captain decides who goes in, like who starts the match off, which is a cool concept. I think I should bring back too. So, you know, there you go. But so anyways, of course, Andre Giant is managed by Bobby the Brain Heenan, so naturally he was going to bring in some of the Heenan family. So along with Andre, you also got King Kong Bundy and Ravishing Rick Rude. Now Ravishing Rick Rude just recently made his WWF debut, so Heenan brings him in. Another person that Heenan was managing at the time was Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, who apparently was upset that, jealous maybe, that Heenan was bringing in a new guy, and for whatever reason. So Orndorff, for the cajillionth time, went face, and then joined Hogan's team. So, boom, there you go. We're on Hogan's side. Ken Patera, who at this point recently returned back to WWF. And of course he was feuding with the Heenan family as well, Bobby Heenan and whatnot. So also joined up with Hogan. So bam, there you go. All right. Now Superstar Billy Graham also joined up with Hogan. However, because I think at the time, and I could be a little murky on this one, so if I am, you can correct me down below. But I believe he was feuding with the Natural Butch Reed at the time, or he's having a match, or whatever the case was. But then the one-man gang jumped him. So they're attacking him, they're beating the shit out of him, just gangland style, and then of course one-man gang splashes him like several times on the concrete outside. From the back comes The Rock, Don Muraco, who up until this point has always been a heel. So he comes out to make the save, to actually, you know, turn face in the process. So he comes in, makes the save, you know, fights him off, but the damage has already been done. You know, Superstar Billy Graham suffered, you know, many injuries, and it actually forced him into retirement. So Don The Rock Muraco would join Hogan's team. I have trouble getting that one out there. We'll do like that. Yeah, there we go. And then, yeah, one-man gang and Butch Reed would go ahead and join Andre's team. So just one spot left, and it was on Hogan's side, and it would belong to Bam Bam Bigelow. Also making his debut in the WWF, and he was a hot prospect when he first came in. All the managers wanted him, including the two managers on Team Andre's side, which was Bobby the Brain Heenan and Slick. So everybody's courting him, trying to get him, you know, join their team and whatnot, and he turned them all down, and eventually chose Oliver Humperdink to be his manager, turning him face, and then of course he aligned himself with Hogan. So there's your build-up right there. Let's get on to the actual match, the actual main event here. Of course, you know, it's all face early on. I will say one thing, Rick Rude got his ass just straight up handed to him in this match. Just fucking handed to him. Like, literally, the first part of this, like, you know, and like, they're all getting their shit in. And other heels would come in, they'd get up here for a little bit or whatever. But for the most part, dude, whenever Rude's in there, it was like, no, fuck Rude. And they did. They literally just destroyed his ass. So I thought that was kind of interesting right there. First elimination comes when Hogan drops the big leg drop on Butch Reed. And, yeah, sent him packing. So he's celebrating, he's happy, he's over there, he's like high-fiving Ken Patera and just naturally going around, yay! And here comes Andre the Giant. And of course Hogan turns around, boom, epic showdown. Dude, the place goes nuts, because this is what we all want to see. We want to see Hogan and Andre once more. And like they're about to get into it, and Joey Morello runs right in between them, the referee. He's like, no! Hogan tagged out, because he was high-fiving. Now, he did like high-five 4 times. You'd think that'd canceled out, but guess not. So Morello's telling, for the whole time Hogan's like, no, I want to stay, brother. I want to beat up Andre. And the whole time he's just like, no, you need to, you tagged out, you need to get out. And it made this big deal out of it. I'm like, you know, couldn't you just jump out real quick and then tag back in? Like, if you wanted Andre that bad, couldn't you just be like, alright, no problem, boom, boom, oh, back in, bitch, and let's go. But he doesn't. It's the weirdest thing, and like, they act like it was set in stone, like Ken Patera could not just tag back out. Anyway, while this whole lame melee thing's going on, Andre just like, fuck it, goes back out. He's like, I'm tagging out, this is retarded. And there you have it. They kind of teased us with that showdown, and then they did not deliver. So anyways, you know, the elimination kind of ping pong ball back and forth here until we're down to like 3 against 2. It's Hogan and Bam Bam Bigelow against the 3 biggest monsters that Team Andre had. Andre the Giant, One Man Gang, and King Kong Bundy. And then we finally do get it though. We get Hogan, Andre in the ring, and Hogan starts lighting him up with some punches, but quickly gets taken to the outside where Bundy and Akeem, or Bundy and One Man Gang, he's Akeem to me, I don't give a shit what anybody says, he's Akeem. When Bundy and One Man Gang would attack him, Hogan of course just broke bad on both of them, beat the living shit out of both of them, body slammed them both, and this is rare for Hogan, because normally whenever he tries to body slam somebody who's bigger than him, they just crush him. Not this time, I mean, bam, on both of them. Unfortunately, didn't realize what time it was, and he was counted out. That's right, this big epic showdown between Andre and Hogan was derailed by a countout. Now here's the thing that bugs me about this, and I get why they counted him out. Like, you gotta give Andre the win anyways, spoiler alert, like you didn't know watching this. But, I understand, having Hogan get beaten, but you gotta beat him in a way that kind of protects him. Not that he really needs to protect him, but still, yeah, it's like, okay, it doesn't make him look weak. He gets a count out. Although he don't look weak at all. Like, he literally does just, like, slaughter both Bundy and Gang outside. Like, it's brutal. Like, he just like, nope, I'm the fucking man, I'm the world champion, fuck you. But he kicks their ass so quickly that it's like a 7 count by the time he's done. And you see him edging to the ring. Like, he's about to get back in the ring and he realizes, oh shit, I'm not counted out yet. And he stalls. He does a stalling. So he stops and he's just making sure like no one's about to attack him. And then of course, as soon as the ref, hey, 10, ding, he goes back in the ring and you're like, oh come on, you weren't gonna get counted out. You could have got in there, no problem. So that was kind of weak sauce right there. But then Hogan does the funniest thing. Okay, Hogan, even during his first Hulkamania WWF run, he always had these little tiny heelish touches to him. He would not think twice before raking your back during a match or choking you with his t-shirt. Like, he would break some rules. But, we always let it slide because we're like, hey, he's fighting an asshole. The asshole will do it to him, obviously. So we're like, yeah, it's justified. But a lot of times he kind of goes that direction where it's like, there's really no justification for it. And you're just like, what? And a good example of this, so, I'm not just hitting around here, like the Royal Rumble 92, right? Like, it's every man for himself. They didn't tell you that. That's the fucking slogan for like years. Every man for himself, friends become enemies, all that shit. So, it's him, Sid Justice and Ric Flair, and of course, Sid Justice just says fuck it, he just throws Hogan out. And Hogan acts like he was just like betrayed for the trillion, he's like, oh, everybody betrays me. And he's like, whoa, you screwed me over. You screwed me over. It's like, no, dude, he threw you out of the Battle Royal. That's what happened. It's what Royal Rumble is. You eliminate. Like, what? And so he gets mad, and then he grabs Sid and helps pull him out. And I'm just thinking to myself, bro, like, you literally just screwed him. Like, he didn't screw you. He legitimately beat your ass right there in that ring. Or I guess out of the ring. But it's like, you turn around and threw a hissy fit and pulled him out. That's not something a face would do. That's something a heel would do. Son of a bitch. And in this match, he starts off light, but it gets a little heavier toward the end. But right now, as he's counted out, he gets back in the ring. He's like, I ain't counted out. Fuck this. I'm staying here. He's arguing with the ref. And I'm like, dude, like, you're supposed to be setting a role model. You're a role model. You're supposed to be setting, an example for all us Hulkamaniacs out here. What I'm getting right now is, if things don't go your way and you lose, just bitch until, you get your way. Because that's what he's doing. The whole time he's just like, no, I ain't leaving. To the point that the ring announcer literally has to announce, like, hey, the referee just informed me that if Hogan does not leave, he will disqualify Bam Bam Bigelow. And I'm like, wow, Hogan. Training, saying my prayers, eating my vitamins, taking my steroids, and this is where it gets me, I guess. That don't mean shit. Just bitch a lot. I don't know. Just kind of odd coming from the Hawkster. But that ain't nothing. It gets better later on. So anyway, he leaves. So we're down 3-1. And Bam Bam Bigelow's, fighting these 3 guys. And of course, it's brutal because they're just beating the shit out of him. Like, he literally barely gets the upper hand. But at some point, he does come back. And ends up scoring a pinfall victory over Bundy and One Man Gang. And he evens the score back up 1-1. It's just Bam Bam Bigelow and Andre the Giant. And I really liked it from this point on. I'm not saying I didn't like it from this point back, but what really impressed me about this was just Bam Bam's style changed up. Because essentially, like, even like, Hogan, who I love, I love Hogan, big Hogan fan, but Hogan pretty much fights like Hogan in every scenario. He don't matter, he's fighting a small guy, a big guy, a regular cycle, whatever. He's still fighting that same style, just the same pound bash. I'm power guy, 5 moves of doom, all that shit. It's the same thing. Bam Bam, though, at this point, up until this point, he has been kind of relying on his size and strength, and you can see that reflected in the moves until he goes up against Andre, and then he kind of goes into more of like a you know, he uses his agility and his speed more, and I just like that. And I mean, don't get me wrong, he's always used, you know, speed and agility, but it just kind of need to see it actually like kind of transition over. Like he turned it on, like he realizes size and strength ain't gonna be shit against Andre. I got, you know, and so he does a lot of like, you know, hitting and rolling and moving and everything like that, and I thought that was kind of cool. Unfortunately, it don't help him out any at all. And then when Andre does get a hold of him, he just beats the ever-living shit out of him, and then of course butterfly suplex later. Andre wins. And there you go, your winner of the main event, the sole survivor of the very first ever Survivor Series match, Andre the Giant, and he's celebrating, hands in the air, outruns Hogan with the belt in hand, blindsides Andre with it. Andre stumbles out and gets out of the ring, whatever, and then Hogan continues to trash talk and then celebrates like he just won the match. I'm not making it up, this happened. And I'm watching this now, like as a kid, like I said, this shit went over my head completely because I'm just like, yeah, Hulkamania, yeah, woo. But as I'm watching it now, I'm just like, dude, that's like the biggest thing ever. Like, you lost. You go home now. Like, you go back to back. Because I'm just saying, let's just flip the whole thing around real quick. Alright? It was Andre gets counted out. And he refuses to leave. Dude, the crowd will be booing him. Gorilla Monsoon's like, you need to get out of here, Andre. You lost. You're fair and square. It's legit. Get out. Andre finally says, fuck it, I'm gone. And then Hogan would go on to win. Celebrating with his millions of Hulkamaniacs, and he's doing this number. And out comes Andre, blindsides him, bam, foreign object, right across the head. Dumps him out of the ring. And guess what? People will be going nuts, like, boo, fuck you. Gorilla Monsoon's about to blow a gasket. You know, that's not right. You know, Andre had no business out there, attacking him after the match. The match was over, Hogan won. And yet, you flip it around, during the era of Hulkamania, dude, the crowd's going nuts that Hogan's back. Gorilla Monsoon isn't even, and like Ventura is actually stating all the shit I'm stating right now. Like, he's like, he hasn't been that way. He lost. What's he doing out here? And Monsoon's like, he's just getting the people what they want. I'm like, what? Is that justification? Like, if you get a shitty crowd, and I put my kayfabe hat on, you get a really shitty crowd who are just a bunch of assholes that just want blood, is it justified to go out there and just bludgeon somebody like after the match? Like, I didn't win, but fucking, you want blood? Huh? You want blood? You got it. You know, it's okay though, it's Hogan. So, but then like the 10-minute celebration at the end was just like a little too much. I'm like, what the fuck? And I just imagined, like seriously, I just imagined, because he didn't win. 10 minutes. Now, granted, like I wasn't expecting to see Andre go out there for like 10 minutes, like, yeah, I won, and yeah, you know, because you get booed, obviously. But it just seems like, you know, I just imagine the backstage, you know, they're talking to Hogan, they're like looking at Hogan, like, you know, Andre's got to go over tonight because, I mean, you know, we're building up, we're building toward, you know, your guys' you know, one-on-one rematch, and, you know, I want him a victory going in, you got a victory going in, so, you know, let's do this. And Hogan's like, well, you know, I don't want to look weak. He's like, no, you're gonna lose my count out. Don't worry. You know, we'll have someone beat you up, and you'll go out, and you'll be unable to get back in. He's like, no, I don't want to do that. He goes like, how about I fall outside and I beat up everybody. I'm too busy kicking ass. I don't even hear the count. And they're like, well, just make sure that, you know, you don't go back in before, you know, time. He's like, no, don't worry. I'll be done kicking ass, you know, way after the time. There'll be no trouble. No hiccups there. You won't see no stalling for me. But anyways, then he's like, well, you know, I want to come out and celebrate after the match. And they're like, well, you can't. You know, Andre's winning, so there's really no room for a Hogan celebration. He's like, no, we'll squeeze it in. Don't worry. We'll figure it out. Yeah, you made him look good. You gave Andre the win, but I'm going to come out there. I'll chase him out. I'll beat him up. I'll have him escape the ring and then run back in defeat while I celebrate with Real American playing over the PA. And that happened. That's exactly what fucking happened right there. And I'm just kind of like, huh. Alrighty. So, yeah, there you go. There's the match. Of course, Andre goes back there and cuts a promo while this, you know, Hogan celebration is going on. And, you know, this basically, you know, claims he's going to get his rematch soon at some point. So, yeah, that was pretty much it. That's Survivor Series right there in a nutshell. So, let's go to the fallout now. The fallout from Survivor Series. Of course, Hogan and Andre would continue the feud. To the point where they get to the Royal Rumble, which is the televised one, not the pay-per-view one yet, but it's the first ever televised, you know, Royal Rumble event. They have a contract signing, and of course they end up signing the contract for a one-on-one competition at a new show that WWF came up with called The Main Event. Wow, I hope I don't get sued now. Fuck me. Anyways, so match is set for the main event, Andre versus Hogan. That's when we get that whole evil twin Hefner fucking match. Yeah, that whole storyline right there. Who was the evil one? Was it Dave or was it Earl? Was it Earl? That would be funny if it was Earl, because he fucks Brett later, so it just makes sense. He don't give a fuck. But anyways, of course, I don't think it was a fast count. I think it was Andre had Hogan pinned, and Hogan kicked up at 2. Like, he got showed up at 2, but then of course he ignored it and went down for 3. Ding, ding, ding. I think that's how it went down. I'm a little hazy on that. But anyway, so Andre's new world champion, and then instantly sells the title to Ted DiBiase. At this point, Jack Tunney comes out. He's like, "This is just ridiculous. This is 1988. We don't do shit like this. This is way too much, tomfoolery going on after the match." Of course, Russo's at home beating off right now because he's just like, "This is the best wrestling show I ever saw." But anyways, so Tony comes out and he's like, Andre won, and that's official. That's going to the record book. He is, one-time world champion. But the sale, the purchase, the transaction between him and DiBiase is invalid. And he stripped the title and held it up, vacated it. And the tournament was held, 14-man tournament at WrestleMania 4, and winner for the title. And Hogan and Andre, they ended up getting a bye because they were technically both champions, former champions going into the tournament or whatnot. So they got their bye, and so here we are finally. And if you don't count the Survivor Series matches, like an encounter, this is their third single match. The first one Hogan won, second one Andre won, and then of course the third one. And the stage is set, WrestleMania. And they both got bye during the second round, or quarterfinals, if you will. Here we go. And it ends in a double DQ. Yeah. All that build up, and that's what we get. So, yeah. That's it for that one. As far as the other participants in the Survivor Series match going on to the tournament, we had Rick Rude. He ended up fighting Jake the Snake in the first round, and it went to a time limit draw. You had Butch Reed going up against Macho Man, and first round, and Macho Man defeated him, no problem. I want to say you had Muraco, and he defeated Dino Bravo in the first round, but then lost the second round to Ted DiBiase. And I believe the only other two that was in this tournament, if I'm not mistaken, was Bam Bam Bigelow and One Man Gang. And they met in the first round, so kind of like a Survivor Series rematch of sorts. And where Bam Bam lost by count out, One Man Gang would advance. He would get a bye in the second round, going into the semifinals to face Macho Man, but then he would lose by DQ. So nobody from the Survivor Series main event went on to win the tournament or anything like that. And the only other person that was at WrestleMania 4 from this Survivor Series match was Ken Patera, and he was in the 20-man Battle Royal that was eventually won by Bad News Brown. So yeah, there's the fallout right there. So what did I think overall of this match? I liked it. Like I said, this ain't the best Survivor Series match out there. Ain't the best Survivor Series main event out there. But no, it's good. It's enjoyable. And that's the thing. And that's what it's all about at the end. As long as you enjoy it. And it is. I mean, I think it had a lot of good storylines going into it. And that's the one thing that, honestly, if I have any kind of gripes or complaints, it's that, obviously you had the Hogan Andre feud, but you had all these other little storylines kind of going into this match too, and the commentators do not acknowledge that at all. In fact, I didn't even know about it until later on when I read it or whatever, and I'm just like, oh wow, like they didn't mention that shit at all. Not the slightest. Like literally when I watched it, I just assumed it was Hogan Andre's feud, and they each got 4 friends apiece, and then they win the battle with each other. I had no idea that they had this like whole other thing going on. The only thing they kind of mention is they do mention that superstar Billy Graham was supposed to be there, and he was replaced by Don Muraco. But they never explained like the reason behind it. They're just kind of like, Muraco's his sub, and that's it. That's it. So it makes Muraco just look like he's just an alternate instead of actually trying to avenge somebody or whatever the case may be. And I just thought that's kind of weak sauce, And I'm not saying like it would have been, because obviously it is all about Hogan and Andre, and that would overshadow the storyline anyway, but still, yeah, it would have added an extra layer, an extra bit of texture, to this match. That's, a different dynamic to it, if you will. Because, I mean, not just that, it wasn't just the commentators that completely ignored it. It seemed like the wrestlers ignored it too, because, like, they never quite displayed animosity toward the guy. Like, Orndorff never just, like, flipped out on Rick Rude. Like, literally, just like, this is for taking my spot in the family. You know, you got Muraco trying to get revenge for Graham against, you know, Gang or Reed. So, I don't know. And I'm not saying, like, it had to be... Because once again, I get it, like, you know, you do want to push more Hogan and Andre, but at the same time, it's like, you could have added, like in the very beginning, you had all 10 guys in the ring before the match began, and of course you got Hogan and Andre, and that's the center. I mean, they're staring down at each other, you know, Hogan's trash talking, and they're just gesturing shit, and I'm like, you could have easily paired up the others with their, or even like, you know, maybe not, you know, they all didn't have a feud going into it, but you could have easily just paired up like the ones that did have a feud, have the others standing around those guys. Like you could have played it off, and then like it would have been like, oh yeah, this is a little more meaningful than just being the Hogan Andre lackeys in the match or whatever. But yeah, I do remember another thing too, just from my childhood. I remember being a kid and seeing the front cover for the very first time. You know, and the front cover has both teams. Boom, boom, right there. And I just remember thinking, like, wow, Hogan got shafted. Like, I didn't obviously say that or think that, but that, you know, the general idea that, like, Hogan got shortchanged on this one was in my mind, because I was like, look at the other team. The other team is, like, a massive fucking group of monsters. And, like, Hogan didn't have any of that, like, that stacked up at all with him. And I just feel like he kind of had, like, I didn't like the team he had. Now, once again, whenever I'm going into like a whole, like, I don't like a wrestler, I don't mean personally. Once again, I respect every guy that's in there. I'm talking from a Mark stand. Like, I'm a huge Mark. And I'm a kid. You know, kids don't have respect for it. They just enjoy it as entertainment. They're like, this is great. And so that's where I'm coming from when I say I don't like other people. So I never liked Orndorff or Muraco at all. Like, let's start with Orndorff for one. How does Hogan trust him? Why does Hogan trust him? I don't get it. I really don't. Because, you know, we'll go back to 85, Orndorff, fucking heel, battling with Hogan. So, you know, at the end of WrestleMania 1, Orndorff is pissed because, hey, he was trying to cheat and it didn't work. It backfired. It blew up in his face. And he's pissed, excuse me, he's pissed about that. He didn't see the error of his ways. He just like, oh fuck, that backfired. I look like a jackass. My partner's abandoned me because I fucked up. It's like, why is he, you know, he's like, I'm a good guy now. Now, okay, I'll let that one slide, I guess. Alright, so he joins up, and him and Hogan become friends. Like, Hogan's literally like, this is the guy who, like, you know, tried to fuck me up, you know, just a few months ago, but whatever. He's on my side now. And Orndorff did turn against Piper and Orton, and that's who Hogan was battling at the time. So, I mean, okay, that makes sense. Alright, so we got that. But then just a short, you know, a few months later, he turns against Hogan. He betrays Hogan. Why, you may ask? Because Adrian Adonis, of all people, gets in his ear and is like, hey, you can beat Hogan. Dude, you're in his shadow. You can take him out. And he's like, yeah. I mean, I couldn't do it back at WrestleMania, but I can do it now. And he turns against Hogan. And then Hogan just beats him. And that's it. And so now he's a bad guy. Just because someone's like, hey, you can beat him. He's like, yeah, I can. I'm going to become a heel. Instead of just saying, hey, can I have a title shot? No, well, I'll just go over your head. I'll talk to Jack Tunney. Like, fuck it. You know, we're both good guys here. No, he just goes heel because, So, he's a bad guy now. Doing his bad guy run. He even gets one of Hogan's enemies to be his manager. He goes to Heenan. He's like, I need a manager. He joins the Heenan family. Okay. And now here's where things really go off the rails for me. Like, it's already kind of like, fuck this guy right now. But this is where it really gets weird. Okay, so, Rick Rude joins. Rude joins the group. He joins a stable of wrestlers that's already kind of got a good sized number to them. They're a gang. At the end of the day, they are a gang. So it's like Rude joins the gang, and Orndorff gets pissed because he joined the gang. Like, literally just throws a hissy fit. It's like, what's he joining? I don't want him joining. Like, he's jealous that he joined, and he's like, fuck it, I'm a good guy now. What? Are you kidding me? That's what happened. He literally just turns face because Rick Rude joins his group. He didn't like it. That would be like if when he joined the Heenan family, like Bundy's like, I don't want him to join my group. I'm a good guy now. That's how much sense that makes. So, not only does he turn face, he's just like, hey Hogan, you need some help? And Hogan's like, yep, come on over. There's plenty of room over here. Are you fucking kidding me? That makes no sense whatsoever. This is the guy who not only, you know, he battled with in the past, but also not only trying to take him out, trying to take his title away from him. Orndorff tried to take Hogan's title, and now they're buddy-buddy. Okay, whatever. So then we go to Muraco, who, once again, I sort of came around on Muraco toward like 88 or so when I was a kid, because I was like, you know, he's proven he's stayed good for a while or whatever. But starting off, no. And this match in particular, because I'm thinking to myself, okay, granted, his reasons for kind of going face are a little more noble. He's not just throwing a hissy fit because someone joined a group that he didn't want. You know, he's protecting a friend. I guess. I don't know what. I don't remember any interaction between the two, but hey, Superstar Billy Graham's getting attacked outside. He comes to the rescue, so okay, whatever. But I'm thinking to myself, okay, in Hogan's mind, he's got to be thinking, like, this is the guy who just, you know, a little over a year ago held me while Bundy, you know, performed avalanche after avalanche, breaking my ribs. Like, this guy assisted in trying to end my career. Yeah, go ahead and join the group. Don't worry about it. Like, I know, like, today wrestling has very short memory, you know, a memory span here, but it's like, dude, nothing compared to what it was like then. Like, seriously. Like, Orndorff was literally like the Big Show of the mid-'80s. Muraco literally tries to, like, kill Hogan, and he's just like, I come aboard, guys, no problem. And I didn't know who the fuck Ken Patera was, I'll be honest with you, when I was a kid. You know, and I remember now he was on, like, the old Coliseum Home videos, like the old 80s ones, and he would, you know, he would do the spinning, you know, full Nelson. But that's the only thing I would know him from. I didn't see him on TV that much. I didn't, you know, he didn't really have an impressive run pay-per-view wise either. So I really didn't know him from Adam. So I was like, ah, all right, this is who you pick, Hogan. This is who you pick. Looking at the undercard, thing, like you had Jake the Snake, you had, you know, Ricky Steamboat, Macho Man, Brutus Beefcake. And I know it's typical for everybody to just kind of jump on the fuck Brutus Beefcake bandwagon. I was a fan when I was a kid. I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize for that. Like, I like the Barber Beefcake. Hey, I can't vouch for him in WCW. I didn't follow him over there. And by the time I did watch WCW, he was the Disciple. And I didn't even notice him, to be honest with you. I didn't notice him until one night Piper says it on the show. And I was like, oh shit, that's Bruce Beefcake? Fuck me. But yeah, so, but I'm thinking, now, I know the real reason why Hogan doesn't pick these up-and-coming, you know, guys is because, I mean, you know, they win the undercard and they're building themselves up. Because if you go to the main event, obviously you're going to have to lose or whatever. So I get that. I'm just saying, as a kid, looking at the back of that box, or the front of the cover of that box, thinking, wow, you could have had anybody to pick from, and these are the people you pick. With the exception of Bam Bam Bigelow. As a kid, I love Bam Bam. I'm not going to lie. I'm guessing it was just the flames and, you know, he just had size and very agile, did cartwheels and shit. So, I mean, I was just blown away. I remember the old Nintendo game, WrestleMania. He was my favorite one to pick. So, like I said, and I bought into it. So, I remember even thinking then, like, this is just really a two-person team. And then, sure enough, those are the only two people that make it to the end. Or at least, you know, for a bit, and then Hogan loses. But I'm just like, fuck, that's it. That's who you got. Because look at the other team. They're just all fucking massive monsters or whatnot. So, alright, I'll wrap this up. I'll hit two more little points I want to make before I wrap it up. Now, I promise you I'll quit dragging these videos out. The first little point I want to make is, another, it goes back to the commentary team, is they never once mentioned Bundy and Hogan's past. Like, it wasn't that long ago. It's just like, Bundy injured Hogan, put him on the shelf. And I'm like, you could have mentioned that. It wouldn't have took anything away from the Andre Hogan. It would have just made Bundy look more credible in this, you know, team of monsters, and it would have looked more dangerous. You know, it's like, oh shit, how's Hogan and Bam Bam going to do this? Like, you know, Bundy's already broken his ribs once. Fuck, one-man gang just put a guy out. Andre's looking for vengeance. It's like, dude, like, it could get added to the storyline, and they never mentioned it once. I just thought that was kind of weird. And then, you know, the other thing is, this is the only time, not the only time, I guess, but I don't count ECW. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of ECW. I am. However, I just always felt like anybody from WWF and WCW, no matter where they was out on the card, if they went to ECW, automatic main eventer. Like, seriously, that's just how I felt. Because ECW essentially was kind of like the minor leagues. It was up there, clearly, but it was like one notch above the indies, is what I'm trying to say. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, I'm just saying that's what way it was. But Bam Bam, of course, when he was in ECW, yeah, he's a big main eventer, everything like that. However, you know, WCW, I don't think he ever got the big push up there. I mean, I think he's mostly U.S. and tag title, you know, whatever. And of course, his second run, granted, he did headline WrestleMania 11, and we'll get to that episode another time. But even that, I'd never, like, in my eyes, he was never a main eventer. I was just like, no, I'm sorry. Like, to me, he's always just been a solid mid-carder. Nothing wrong with that, but it's just, that's where I always saw Bam Bam. But when I rewatched this match, it kind of dawned like, dude, like, this guy could have been something. Like, for some reason, I bought him as a main eventer in this match. Like, seriously. I'm like, fuck. No, he could do it. And I guess they had plans of making that way, because I'm not sure what's real, what isn't, because I mean, you hear a lot of shoot interviews. I guess you hear it enough, you can kind of believe it, but, you know, but I guess, like, you know, he was just kind of a dick backstage, just very arrogant and cocky, constantly bragging about the money he's making, you know, working with Hogan and everything like that. And he just kind of rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, including Andre the Giant. And one of my favorite stories I remember hearing about was, I guess Andre and Bam Bam met at Madison Square Garden, and, you know, house show or whatever. But I guess, like, Andre just fucked his world up, like, literally just beat the shit out of him, like, legitimately pounded on him and beat him up. And yeah, as Bret Hart put it, he just punted him around like a soccer ball. And you can tell, because literally, like, here, this is him getting his push, which, big push, main event, last one standing on his team. He even out-survives Hogan, and then literally just fades away immediately afterwards. Like, it's a WrestleMania 4, but gets beat opening round. Come on. So, but yeah, it just kind of makes you wonder, like, you know, if he would have not been such a dick, could he have, you know, been the next big thing or whatever. So, but yeah, I just thought that was kind of interesting right there. So, so guys, overall, I loved, liked whatever. Good match. I enjoyed it. Would have liked to see a little bit more Hogan and Andre, to be honest with you. Which, you know, it's not a big deal now, because, you know, we got the network. We can skip to another match of theirs they have later on. But I'm just wondering, like, were people upset then? Like, you know, it's Thanksgiving. You're on break. You know, big wrestling pay-per-views coming up, and, you know, you get everybody together, you get your money. I don't know how much it cost back then, 30, 20 bucks, I don't know. But, you know, you're like, fuck Starrcade, I'm going to watch, you know, Survivor Series. First time we're going to see Hogan and Andre back together since WrestleMania 3. Let's do this. And they tease it for a second, and then they get together for a split second more, and then Hogan gets counted out. I'm just thinking to myself, like, fuck. Like, it makes sense. It does make sense. But at the same time, you're just kind of like, did they feel cheated just a little bit? But anyway, so guys, what did you guys think of the match? Let me know in the comments section down below. Furthermore, let me ask you, which main event did you prefer? Survivor Series or Starrcade 87? That's another one. Let me know that down below too. So guys, that's all I got. Tune in tomorrow night. I'll be doing the main eventer of 87. We'll find out who the main eventer of 1987 was. So yeah, got that going on. So guys, that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, until next time.